Welcome back to JCE Connect. In today's session, we'll continue from the previous class in which we had discussed on interrupt. Since the interrupt is supported with a register we call as IE register, in which enabling and disabling of an interrupt can be performed through this register. Each bit will be indicated for the timer and external device. Since the 8th bit of the interrupt, if it is set to 1, it is ready to accept the interrupt. If it is disabled, it may not take any interrupt. As we know, the 8051 is connected with the two timers, timer 0 and timer 1, and each will be having a flag bit, TF bit, and these flag bits will be enabled when the timer register reaches a maximum value, and during the rollback condition this will be set to high, and this high signal will be considered as an interrupt, and this will be sent to the microcontroller as an interrupt. When microcontroller seen this as a interrupt, immediately the microcontroller will give the service to the corresponding timer by jumping into the specific location. That specific location we call it as an interrupt vector table by the location 00BH for the timer 0. Similarly, 001BH for the timer 1 means the microcontroller will go to these specific location and it will execute. We call it as an interrupt service routine. That is how the timer interrupt will be considered as a signal to the microcontroller, and it will perform the interrupt routine operation and it will execute the corresponding program. Now, in which 8051 has two external hardware interrupts called as INT0 and INT1. And these signals are coming from the port 3.2, that is a port for the port 3, that is the third bit, port 3 fourth bit, from the pin 12 and 13 respectively. And the specific location for these interrupts are at 003H and 0013H. Means if there is an interrupt is coming from INT0, it will send the signal to the microcontroller, and microcontroller will jump to the which location, 003H, and it will execute. This execution we call it as the ISR. I hope similarly for INT1 it will go to the location 0013H. Means these are called as a vectored interrupt. If the interrupt has a specific location, we call it as a vectored interrupt. Since there are two activation levels for in which interrupts can be generated. First one, level triggered and edge triggered. This is what how the level triggered and edge triggered can be given for the INT0 and INT1. Look at the first one, INT0, level triggered, it sees by input 0. In the edge trigger, it will see as a signal 1 for the INT0, and it is coming from the port number 3.2. Similarly, for INT1, level triggered with the signal 0, edge trigger with the signal 1. Level trigger, it will be activated when it's seen as a 0. If I see, look at this one, level trigger, if it is 0, INT0, not of this 1, means this one signal, this is a one signal, is indicated as an interrupt, and it will be go to the location 003H, and in turn it is connected to the IE0, that is a TCON.1. means there's an interrupt. It will be, the status will be read from the IE0. Okay. Similarly, for the INT1, okay, if there is an interrupt will be appeared here, okay, if by the level trigger 0, the NOT of this 1, it will go to the location 0013H. Okay, we'll see detail in the coming slide. Okay, in the level triggered mode, INT0 and INT pins are normally high. Okay, if a low level signal is applied to them, it triggers the interrupts. Okay, that is a level triggers. Okay, that is what we have discussed on this one. If it is 0, okay, it will trigger the interrupt. Then microcontroller stops whatever it is doing and jumps to the interrupt vector table. For INT0, which location it will go? It will go to the location 003H. For INT1, it will go to the location 0013H. Since the low level signal at INT pin must be removed before the execution of the last instruction of the ISR, means whenever the microcontroller is jumped to the specific location for the INT0 and INT1, when it is completed or about to complete, it has to disable that interrupt. Otherwise, if it is not disabled, when it returns back, again it will see it as a new interrupt. Again it will come into the location and it will execute the program. So unnecessary, it will go on to infinite loop. To avoid this one, once if it is completed, the interrupt has to be disabled. Okay, since in the level trigger or level activated interrupt is the default mode upon reset of 8051. Okay, as we know that it is a reset will be considered for the level trigger. Okay, look at this as an example. Assume that INT1, okay, is connected to a switch that is normally high. Okay, if it is INT1, it will be considered as high. Whenever it goes low, it should turn on an LED. This is a statement of the program. Whenever interrupt is occurred, that LED has to be on. The LED is connected to the port P1.3 and is normally off. When it is turned on, it should stay on for a fraction of a second as long as the switch is pressed low, and the LED should stay on. This is what the statement of the program. Okay, now look at the program here, ORG00H. Okay, program will begin at the location 00H. Okay. In the ISR INT1, okay, now after this ORG, LJMP main means the program will go to the location main, in which in the main I set with the IE register, that is, I hope you can see I given with the binary values. You can give it, provided you have to suffix it with the B. Okay, now consider at the 8th bit of this, that is a 1, means it is enabled, means all the interrupts are enabled, and provided enable external interrupt INT1, that is what 1 bit will be given here. Okay, now when it go to the IE, when let us take that if INT1 is turned on, okay, immediately it will go to the, okay, if there is an interrupt is occurred, okay, look at this one. Okay, now what is the location of INT1? 0013. Okay, I hope you can see ORG here, ORG 0013 means my subroutine program is written at the location 0013. I hope you understood. Okay, means if there is an interrupt is occurred from INT1, it will go to the location 0013. You should not change this address. It is a fixed address for the INT1. Similarly, if I want to use with the INT0, it will be made as a 003H. Okay. Now, when it go to the 0013, set B. Okay, P1.3 means INT1. Okay, the turn on LED. LED has to be turned on because your LED is connected to the port P1.3. Okay, look at this one. Now this is my switch. INT1 is high. Okay, this is high. Okay, switch will be okay, it will be connected. It is a level trigger, means VCC will be go to the ground here, and the P1.3. okay, look at this. INT1 is generated. Where it would go? It will go to the location 0013. Set B. Set B means what? One signal will be generated. That is a 1. High signal will be generated at 1.3. Your LED is connected at which port? P1.3. Okay. Now it will be high. Okay. Similarly, move R3 to 55. Okay. This is a loop to give a delay, means your LED will be on for a fraction of a second. In order to make this, we took as a delay, that is a 255. After when the R3 reaches 0, it will be come out from the loop and clear P1.3. When it is a clear P1.3 means what you will see here? 0 will be appeared, means LED will be off. Okay. When RETI, I hope you can see return interrupt, means if the interrupt is executed or completed, when it is going to the main program, we have to mention it as a RETI. It is not a user, it is not like a normal user function. It is an interrupt function. It will go back to the main program, where jump here, and it will be stay back in the here. How long? Okay, now assume that the interrupt is not occurred, means what the signal you get here? If there is no interrupt is occurred, 0 will be appeared. 0 is appeared in the sense, okay, there is no interrupt will be there. Okay, means P1.0, if there is no interrupt, means it won't go to the location. Which location? 0013. It won't go there, means what about your LED? LED is off. If interrupt is occurred, INT1 is high and P1.3 will be set to 1, because in the program of 0013 you made a P1.3 as a 1 signal high. Okay, there is no like hardware connection will be there. The P1 enabling of P1.3 through the interrupt. This is what the statement to be considered. Okay, now in the level triggered interrupt, pins 3.2 and 3.3 are used for normal input output unless INT0 and INT1 bits in the IE register are enabled. This is what. Okay, once the hardware interrupts in the IE register are enabled, the controller keeps sampling. Okay, means there is we call it as a sampling, means what? Interrupt if interrupt is enabled. Okay, if the interrupts are enabled by the microcontroller, it will be keep on look into the interrupts, okay, on the signal. Okay, according to the manufacturer data sheet, okay, as we mentioned here, the pin must be held in a low state until the start of the execution ISR. Okay, if INT pin is brought back to a logic high before the start of execution of ISR, there will be no interrupt. Okay, means occurrence of interrupt or non-occurrence of an interrupt, and all the interrupts after completion, it has to be sent back by using RETI, means it has to disable the interrupt. Okay, now look at this is what the sampling will be given to ensure the activation of the hardware interrupt at pin number INT n will be like 0 and 1. Okay, make sure that the duration of a low level signal is around 4 machine cycles. This is very important here. Okay, for the 4 machine cycles, okay, in which the interrupt will be appeared. This is due to the fact that the level triggered interrupt is not latched. Okay, as we know, one machine cycle for 8051 is comprised of a time 1.05 microsecond. Okay, means for four machine cycle, it is a sampling cycle, sampling time is given, means 4 into 1.085 microsecond of sampling time is given, means it will be stay back, it will be sampling at this level, so that any occurrence of an interrupt, okay, After this 4, again it will go to the INT0 and INT1 pins. Okay, there's a very much important note on reset of INT0 and INT1 are both low, making external interrupt as a level triggered. I hope this concept of sampling will be very much clear. Okay, it is a duration in which, okay, the microcontroller will be keep on sampling it. For the 4 machine cycles, it will sample it so that occurrence of interrupts. Okay, in the next edge triggered interrupt, to make INT0 and INT1 edge triggered interrupts, we must program the bits of a T-count register. If you want to use it as a edge trigger, we need to configure through T-count register, in which T-count register holds with the INT0 and INT1 flag bits that determine the level or edge trigger mode of the hardware interrupt. Okay, because as we have shown with the diagram, we can use it in the level trigger or in the edge trigger. How we are operating, okay, that will be decided through the T-count register. Okay, since INT0 and INT1 are bits D0 and D2 of the T-count register. Okay, they are also referred to as T-count 0.0 and T-count 0.2. Okay, there is a D0 for INT0, D2 for INT1. Similarly, there is one more way we can access it, as we know this one. Okay, 0.0, 0.2. Okay, this is what the T-count register, and each bit information is given here. Okay, the TF1, okay, it is a, so there is the 8th bit of that timer 1 overflow flag in which set by hardware when the timer or counter 1 overflows, and it is cleared by hardware as the process vectors to the interrupt service routine. Okay, now this is, as we know that there are like 2 timers will be there, timer 0 and timer 1. Both will be connected with a TF1 and TF0. Okay, since they are indicated from the bit T-count 0.7, T-count 0.5. Okay, similarly TR1, okay, as we know that it is to turn on or off of the timer. Similarly, we have TR0 to turn on and off of the timer. Okay, as we had discussed it earlier in the previous module. Okay, that is IE1. Okay, IE1, it is an external interrupt. Okay, external interrupt 1 edge flag. It is set by CPU when the external interrupt edge, that is high to low transition, is detected. Okay, if there is a transition from high to low, it is detected. Otherwise, cleared by CPU when the interrupt is processed. Okay, and INT1, okay, as previously we told, INT1 and INT0. Okay, interrupt 1 type control bit in which it is set or cleared by software to specify falling edge or low level triggered external interrupt. Similarly, IE0, external interrupt 0, it is an edge flag set by CPU when the external interrupt edge from high to low transition is detected. Otherwise, it is cleared by CPU. Similarly, INT0, okay, it is a set cleared by software to specify falling edge or low level triggered interrupt. Okay, that is from high to low or from low to high triggered interrupts. Okay, it will be indicate all the way they are indicated with 1 and 0. Okay, now in order to go with the INT0 and INT1 bits in the T-count register, the following 2 points must be emphasized to be considered. When the ISR are finished, that is upon execution of RTI, these bits must be cleared. Okay, as we have discussed it previously also, whenever the INT0 in INT1 is, okay, sent a signal so that your microcontroller will jump to the location and it is executed the program. After completion, these must be cleared. Means they are supposed to be disabled. Disablement is not completely disabled. They are supposed to be cleared. Okay, already interrupt has been processed and completed the operation. Okay, now whenever the microcontrollers is executing the interrupt, okay, from any of the interrupt, that is with the int n, okay, when it is executing the interrupt service routine, it will avoid or it will ignore any of the interrupt, okay, if it is coming to the microcontroller. When it disables, okay, by what? By instruction RETI, when it disables the interrupt, then only it is ready to accept the next interrupt through any of the pin, that it will be from INT0 or INT1, or it will be from TF0 or TF1. Okay, because any of the device they can able to send the interrupt. Okay, if it is executing the one of the program or one of the service routine program, it is not accepting any of the interrupts. Okay, and provided, okay, we have to disable it with the RETI. Okay, this is how the interrupt will be occurred from the timers. Okay, and disabling and enabling will be performed through the register IE register. Thank you.